Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rapping with Sharon. Let's see that title cracks me up. This course, this class, this time is not a course. You know how much I love those, though. This event, I hope, will become free flowing and interactive. A way to communicate with each other and be able to share our insights, share what we know, wellness, and just live in a different life. Before we get started talking about the definition today, I wanted to throw a couple numbers out there for you. If you've got a peer support you need to talk to specifically, you need to get a message to them, you want to know about our services, our process, our philosophy, call Kim. Those of you that used to come to Hawthorne know Kim. She was at the front desk. She is still at the front desk. So if you need information or to get a hold of somebody, give Kim a call. And that number is 704 390 7. Again, if you need something, give Kim a call. She's absolutely lovely. The next number I want to give is the warm. This is awesome. The warm line is a confidential 24/7 connection to people that will and can listen. Okay, it is a place that you can call. You need to vent. You can call when life is being difficult. Maybe you need resources. Maybe you just need somebody to hear you. We are there for you. The number for the warm line is 8390 7728. That's 833 390 7728. Give us a call. A lot of us take turns online, so you never know who you're going to get. But give us a call if you just need to talk. Give us a call if you want to tell us something great. Awesome. That would be awesome. Okay. So, Aaron told me how to do that. I'm so excited. Rapping with Sharon. It's excite me. You all know that. So today what I wanted to do was to talk about their definition. Now we might do this next week because I really there's some folks I really talk to, and some of y'all out there. So I will check a little earlier than 12:30 class to see who's available. Tanisha, oh, she loves stars. Good. Need resources and a listening ear, and the warm line has helped me a lot. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. The warm line does help. And hopefully you and the people that call in, but those of us who answer the call. We, every time we talk about recovery, every time we talk about supporting someone, it helps us too. So to talk to is going to have lived experience, meaning they've been somewhere. All right. Summary. I want you to write it out while what is your definition of recovery? You're the only one I got, so be good to me. Okay. The definition of recovery of a return a normal state of health, mind, or that's the first definition. Return to a normal state. I've never been normal. Okay. Return to something doesn't really work for me. I never had it. I never had recovery. I never had those things that come along with recovery. Have peace, relationships, jobs, all those things. Right. So I was never normal. I don't get that. I got nothing to go back to because I didn't have a normal standard back in or process of gaining possession or control of something. My trauma stole something from me, and I had to find it. And finding it was that recovery. Was that difference between light and darkness. Was the difference between a person, right? Recovery made me feel alive. All right. Tanisha says recovery is to be happy, healthy, whole, and to deal with my past trauma in a healthy way. Oh, I like that. A happy, healthy, whole. Happy and healthy and whole. That's what I want too. That's the end result of recovery I want, right? And to deal with my past trauma in a healthy way. That's the action we take to be in recovery, right? Unless we do the footwork, my experience is it doesn't last. And I want it to last, right? If there's anybody else out there, chime in with your definition of recovery. Okay, so I've got some definitions that are from people that that got together and came up with some different definitions. These are definitions of people who have lived experience, of people that have been somewhere, to the hospital, incarceration, homelessness, hunger, despair, not only the life events, but the emotions that go with them. So these definitions are from people that have been somewhere, done something. And chances are have had something done to them. Most of us have trauma in our, and even the trauma connects us, right? That's our starting point. It's our starting point. Okay, so the reawakening of hope after despair. The reawakening of hope after despair. That, like I said, The Walking Dead was how I felt. That despair, that discouragement, that fear, that anger, that hopelessness, that helplessness kept me in a space that wasn't healthy for my mind, body, or spirit. It just wasn't. So that despair trapped me for a long time, right? Oh, please turn your phones on. So that reawakening, to become awakened to a new life. And I like that, to be awakened, to all of a sudden wake up to something that is totally new, totally different. Right? And I like that. Moving from withdrawal to engagement and active participation in life. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good definition of recovery. Active participation. Remember, I said you can have recovery, but until we work recovery, a lot of times it doesn't last. So that active there we go. Good to see you. An ongoing process of growth, discovery, and change. Growth, discovery, and change. I love the discovery part. I had no idea that you could bowl and not drink. Did you all know that? You could bowl without drinking. You can go to movies without drinking. You can cut the grass without drinking. This discovery of new and amazing things that I could do and new and amazing things I could be. I changed, like it said. Growth, discovery, and change. The change in my world was dramatic when I came into recovery. And for that, I am so, so grateful. I appreciate you all chiming in. Despair and hopelessness and feeling isolated and not finding a support system are barriers to recovery and wellness. Absolutely. I'm dedicated to working my recovery. I'm actively listening. There you go. I love it. We got Promise Resource Network on there. Hey. To get beyond the barriers based on our strengths. To have that growth. Mine was a growth into becoming a human. That's the way I felt. Because I felt like I wasn't a human before recovery because of the things I'd done. Okay, here's another one. No longer viewing oneself primarily as a mental patient and reclaiming a positive sense of self. No longer being viewed as a mental patient. I can get stuck in a box, right? A box that other people have put me in. Mental patient, bipolar, all those things that people use to keep us in a box, to keep us from claiming our true life, right? I don't want to get stuck in that box today. The box, we need to kick the walls down. And I like that. I want to be Sharon today. Not mental patient, not alcoholic, not whatever held me back. I don't want to claim that today because I'm more than that, as are you. We're more than just that diagnosis, and it took me a long time to figure that out because once I got that diagnosis, I was overwhelmed by it. I wasn't able to remember the rest of me. So that diagnosis was significant, and I jumped on it, and I put myself in a box, and I allowed other people to put me in a box based on my diagnosis. But today, I am reclaiming, like it says, reclaiming a positive sense of self. Sense of self is the key. I got to realize everything I need. Maybe not everything I want, but everything I need has come to me. Everything I've needed in the past has come to me one way or another. And I want to be able to understand that sense of self will come as well. That understanding of progress, not perfection. I don't have to be perfect today. Right? Regaining belief in oneself. Right? Beginning to, like Denise, so that we can let it go. So that we can let it go. A regaining belief in oneself. Belief that I can do this. Belief that I'm a good person. Belief that you care about me. Right? These things I need to believe today. I is a continuing, deeply personal, individual effort that leads to growth, discovery, and change of attitudes, values, goals, and perhaps roles. That's a long one, isn't it? A deeply personal, individual effort. I like the word effort. Deeply personal. This is my journey. Only I can do this journey. Only I can do Sharon's journey. Right? So it is deeply personal. It's based on, if you haven't met anybody yet, thousands of people in recovery. There are millions of that are trying their hardest to be happy and whole. And I like it. Here we go. Oh, Tanisha says, I love am important and I matter. That is that regaining belief in oneself. To love yourself, to know that we matter, to know that it's all right to see me and hear me. I went for decades feeling like no one saw me and no one heard me. And my hiding from myself and other people was pretty effective, right? Today I don't have to hide. Right? Today I'm not ashamed of my actions. Change like that too. Everything changes. They told me in the beginning, they said, do you know what you got to change? And I said, no. And they said, everything. I was like, how am I supposed to change? It seemed like an impossible task. But, you know, as the years went by, I learned. I learned about change. I learned about being more me. Right? A journey from alienation to purpose. Alienation. isolate, oppression, all those things that hold us back, right? All those people that hold us back. Hey, Reggie, good to see you. Oh, I love you all so much. Thank you for being on today. You're helping me more than you know. It's not accomplished alone. It involves support and partnership. You don't have to be alone today. Like I said, we have brothers and sisters everywhere that are seeking and doing and loving recovery. Right? We're not alone today. We're not alone today. Oh, hey, Allison. So glad to be hearing the Mana recovery truisms today. I love it. Allison, you all tell me your definition. Type it out for me. Type it out for me. It's exciting to me. You all know recovery. It's that's ever happened to me. It opened up it helped me everything I needed. They told me in the beginning, if I list of everything I wanted in 10 years, I would look at that list and think, man, I screwed myself out a lot of stuff because I couldn't think that big, right? Big things. Recovery shifts us into a more right. Before I got sober, maybe about 6-8 months before I moved in with a friend of mine from work, major drinker, but we'd been friends for a long time, so I probably, we could probably live together. So anyway, when I came in, I said, listen, two things. I'll clean up after myself. You don't talk any of that age. Never did. She didn't talk about meetings. She didn't talk about what I needed to do. She didn't rebuke me in any way or talk down to me in any way. She was just herself. When I hit my bottom about 6 months later, see, because she didn't talk about recovery to me, she showed me recovery. She showed me happiness where I didn't have any. She showed me peace where I sought that so much but couldn't quite grasp it. She let me know that recovery was possible. Right? Because of that, when I got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore, I knew where to go to find the solution. Okay, Allison, I love you, Sharon. My definition of recovery, too big, overwhelming to dissect at present. You know what? I feel you. I can understand that. Recovery is a word that means so much, and it is individualized. We all, I think everybody's recovering from something. We all have our issues and demons and whatever you want to call it. Right? But I think most everybody is recovering. And that recovery is so powerful. Allison says, stuck on sense of self and what it means to be me. Don't feel as though I have one. sense of self. We grow in that. I begin to understand myself better. I begin to recognize myself. See, prior to recovery, I was doing things that I just did not recognize myself any longer. Believe the things I was doing. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And I knew that. I knew these things I was doing were cruel and ugly and outrageous, right? So when I got into recovery, everything shifted. And I began to understand that sense of self, that self-esteem. Now, I still got issues, but my self-esteem is dramatically better than it used to be. Because of that sense of, you know what? 100% of everything I've been through survived. I'm sitting here today. We've gone through trauma, struggles, storms, definitely storms. What do I return to as I don't know. I think we keep going. I have peace when I first came in recovery. Basically, peace to me was the lack of chatter in my head. The peace, the time that the itty bitty shitty committee took time off, right? That was peace to me. That was peace to me. Today, it encompasses my entire person and my entire life. It means so much. We keep going. I had some in the past. I want more. See, my drug of choice today is more, right? And whatever you got. But my drug is always more. Today, I want happiness. Keep talking, y'all. Keep talking. I love it. I appreciate everybody being out there. I just love to talk about this stuff. And there's so many things going through my that I want to talk about, and I'm kind of stuck. The transformation for me was death to life. Like I said, when I came into recovery, it was death to life. I had never experienced acceptance the way I did when I came into recovery, right? My recovery based on my values. What I think I want, what my needs are. Death to life. Oh, it's so exciting. I'll be, somebody will be, and y'all know this in office. Somebody will come into my office and sit down in tears. Oh, the most difficult story of what they say. This is not fair. And I'm sitting there grinning. And because we're on the edge of greatness, right? When these things come against the times, I think that to stop me from progressing. Listen, this is why the questions, discussions sometimes in here should be very searching and deep, simply to the process. And that's all right. Who I'd hurt. I didn't care about it, what I did, right? It really is. And that's why I love it so much. It is personal. It is deep. It's deep into the soul recovery is. That's what we do. I like that. We grow our souls. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when my soul, my spirit, whatever you want to call it, grows, I get happier. And I'm peaceful. Right? Oh, I like this stuff. I like this stuff. Let's see. Do we have any? Your definition of recovery. What does recovery mean to you? What brought you to recovery? What helped you here? Now, very well today because I waited till 12:30 to start asking people, right? Because I just found out how to do this on. I will do my best to get on here to what I think recovery is, what recovery is for me. Your definition may be totally different. I might steal it, right? So next Thursday at 1, we're going to be talking some more. We're going to be talking some more. And hopefully I'll have, okay, if you're interested in being on, please let me know. Please let me know. Write something in the chat part, okay? And it's not scary. You get used to it. We just talk. Just talk. I want to pin and tell a little bit of their story too about recovery. Right? I want to talk about hope, and I want to talk about discovery, but more than anything else, as it involves this new life. What do you all want to talk about? What is it what topic interests you? No, and we'll do it. We'll do it if it's at all feasible. We'll do it. Just yakking, right? I need your input. I need to know what it is that you want to talk about. Right? Is Rapp'n with Sharon. Whatever we want to talk about, wherever it goes today. All right. Tanisha's interested. I like that. All right. So if you're interested in coming on, just put something in the chat. I'll get up with you. Fun with this class. It's not a class. You know me. I'm such a brain. This is an event. It is a time to come together. Right. I want that more than anything. I want that more than anything. How to manage your recovery when your basic needs are not met. That's tough. That's tough. Remember, I said that recovery, most of my needs have been met, right? Sometimes it took time to be or alone or without is incredibly hard. So many things make the initial, we get to that space where we begin things we need because we're more connected, right? I didn't get much in isolating, and we get from other people, we get information, we get things, we get our needs met. So hold on, let me see. All right, Allison's up for it too. Okay. How do you handle recovery during a crisis event? Oh, that's an excellent topic. Man, we could do a whole class on that. Cool. Handling recovery during a crisis so that we don't step back. I like that. We'll do a whole class on that. But the answer to how do you handle, what do you all think? Keep walking. Keep doing what's in front of you. Right? That's what I do. I keep trying to try. Right? Sometimes it's harder than others. And when crisis comes, and I hate to tell you this, but this will come again because it's part of the human life. When I'm prepared for the next bout of festivities, I am more likely to be successful in maintaining the kind of life I like. Hey, Holly. So, be a really interactive, free-flowing, happy, joyous place to be, because it can be. And when we talk about recovery, that's what makes all the difference in the world. Because if I say something that helps you and you say something that helps me, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing because that's how this thing works. Find new creative, non-physical fun activities, Holly says. How do you create a crisis toolkit? Part of what we're going to talk about in this, I don't know what to call it, in this time together is how wellness recovery action planning can help, right? I'm a big Rapp'n fan. And that's kind of where Rapp'n with Sharon came from. W in there, but it didn't. Because I love rap. I love everything about rap. Because it is a plan on what to do the next time crisis comes so we don't have to lose what we've lost in the past. All right, we'll go through that. Trust me on that. Okay. Ooh, Tanisha, if you could put recovery tools in a, what would you put in there? I'd put hope in. Hope is the fuel. We're going to talk about crisis because it is going to come again in it. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but what we talk about is up to y'all. Okay? Let me know Just because this class is not on, come back in. Put some stuff in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're thinking about that. If we talked about it, it may help. All right. Next week, Rapp'n with Sharon at 1 o'clock. We're going to get some folks on. We are going to have fun. I know I'm not fooling you. We're going to have fun. Okay. All right. I appreciate all you all coming in today. I saw guests. Thank you. We're going to have fun. I promise. Well, I might not have fun. And it's all about me. I'm joking. It is all about us and our individual journey. And that's what we're going to talk about. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I love you. And keep on keeping on. Share love. All right. See you next week.